It's time to rate the best ultimate video games ever made, in my opinion. My opinion being absolutely, completely fact and unfallible. Let's start. I like this list. It's got masterpieces, amazing, really great, pretty good actually. It's okay, pretty bad. More like belongs in the trash, waste of code, and I don't know, I've never played it. I'm not gonna bother with it. I don't know, I never played it because I don't know, I never played them, and that's a waste of time. So, I'd like to start off with a good one. Now, I if you did not know, an RPG man. I'm also a shooter man. I'm also an adventure man. I'm also a gamer man. I play a lot of games, but I don't play a lot of games, as I've said earlier. What does that mean? Well, it means that I've played a bunch of Mass Effect, never completed the series. It means I've played It Takes Two, but I quit after an hour. It means I've played Biomutant for 45 minutes. It means I've played Cyberpunk for 28 hours and done 10% of the story. It means that I have played Subnautica and actually completed it. So let's start with that. Subnautica is a really great game. That's close to amazing, actually. I think I'm going to leave it really great for now. It is very close to amazing. Should I just leave that? I'm gonna put an amazing and then move it from there. I love the base building. I love the exploration. I love the speed at which you complete the game. I feel like the end game was quite poor, and that, you know, once you pass a certain distance down, it really is just, okay, let's get it done, let's get it done, let's get it done. Because at the beginning of the game, I took, what, 15 hours just to get like 100 meters deep or whatever it was, or a kilometer deep. I can't remember what the distances were, but towards the end, you kind of just wanted to go and get it done, and that exploration and need to build and all that tapered off, as it would. You know, you spend a lot of time looking for, you know, as an example, you spend a lot of time looking for the cave. Once you're in the cave, that's the only area you need to explore now. So of course, you're not going to build 100 bases in the cave, and I could have. I'm going to say Subnautica is amazing. I'm going to try and go in order here. Roblox, Fortnite. I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to say it's an amazing game. I'm going to say really great. I'm going to say really great. It's not as good as Subnautica. Reason being that Fortnite removes guns a lot. And I loved the last season of Fortnite. I loved it. I can't remember what season it was. But I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. And then this season, this is the season that's out right now, is the one with Spider-Gwen. Last season was the one with Vader as the end tier of the Battle Pass. So you might know what that is. But they removed like 2 of my favorite guns, and I don't want to play it anymore because I really don't like either of the assault rifles or any of the assault rifles that are in the game right now. So I'm gonna say really great. I feel like they make bad decisions in terms of what weapons are in the game. Just ruins it for me. Sequel parts Fast and Furious and Olive Garden. Family. Let's see. Minecraft. I'm going to be very controversial in this. Minecraft is okay. Why is Minecraft only okay? Because without other people to play with, it is really only okay. Once you pass the 10-hour mark and you're playing solo, if there was a quest system that sent you out exploring dungeons, like Subnautica without the story isn't nearly as good as with the story. And that's how I feel about Minecraft. If Subnautica had no story, it'd be like, it's okay. Maybe pretty good, actually. Last time I tried to go back to Minecraft, I got so bored so quickly. Is this Borderlands 1? Borderlands 1... pretty good, actually. Not as good as Fortnite or Subnautica. I tried... Actually, the first time I played Borderlands, I played it on the Xbox 360. and I had no idea what it was. I literally hadn't seen a single advert. I had no idea what the game was. I was in like a game down in London at the time. I was just there for a couple of weeks and I needed something to do, and I had my Xbox with me. So I went in, bought Borderlands because I liked the cover art. Got home, played it for 2 hours, put it back in the box, took it back to game and said, this is shit. I want something else instead. And they gave me something else because I returned it so quickly. That's how much I disliked it on my first playthrough. When I played it the second time, I played it with someone and I had a really good time. But if a game doesn't stand up on its own, now you could make the argument, well, hold on a second, Fortnite doesn't stand up on its own. Yeah, but Fortnite is built to be multiplayer. Borderlands is built to be either or, and it's rubbish single player. And finding people that have the time to play through a full game, while also finding the time myself to stay, like to keep my attention, I'll say pretty good. I've got a lot of games, so I'm not going to go into, you know, a lot of games here, but I haven't played a lot of these, so I'm going to get through this pretty quick after the first few layers here. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I haven't played through the entirety of the Mass Effect series. I played 1 and 2 and a bunch of 3. I need to go back and start again. But it's a top tier, absolute masterpiece. Very little compares to the immersion, the gameplay, the story. Well, maybe not the gameplay. The gameplay of 2 and onwards. The story, the exploration, the character development, the worlds, the lore, riding around in your Mako, dude. Oh, what an incredible game series. That is masterpiece, easily. Final Fantasy Online, never played it. Roblox, never played. Dota, I can't even be bothered to. It's okay. I've played a bunch of it. How many hours of Dota have I played? Dota. I have 91 and a half hours. Of those 91 and a half hours, I enjoyed half an hour. It's okay. It's better than League of Legends, but because I like the graphics more and it's a bit more dynamic. League of Legends is very, this is how you win. I feel like Dota's got more room to pull stuff off that you can't quite pull off in League of Legends. PUBG, never played it. Have I? I don't think I have. Phasmophobia, never played it. Payday 2 is I really want to enjoy that game, but there's zero immersion. And I thought it was supposed to be a little bit more realistic, but really it's just Left 4 Dead, but you're robbing a bank, and then the second things start happening, the police start spawning like zombies. It's it's pretty bad. It's not pretty bad, it's There's a VR mode that I'm very interested in. Beat Saber is amazing. I love this game. Oh my god, Beat Saber is so good as a workout. You can get if you get little wrist weights in order to like weigh down your hands while you're playing your songs. Then if you mod it as well and bring in a bunch of songs that the game doesn't natively support, it gets really, really good, especially with the arm weights on. You can get a great workout in, really builds up your shoulders. Because you're I guess depending on how you're moving. It's a ton of fun. Terraria is I know this game is loved by millions. Like, I think it's one of the highest rated games on Steam, is that right? Terraria store. Overwhelmingly 813,500 reviews, 97%. That's absolutely insane. That's he's not far off 1 million reviews, which is just mental. And to have 97% on almost 1 million is ridiculous. I just realized I don't have my stream up in the background. I'm smart. Could do me a favor? Someone just type anything for me. I'm not sure if my chat's crashed or if we've just gone quiet because I'm talking. Where was I? Yeah, absolutely insane. Thank you, Bennett. I just saw your message. Thank you. Have you looked up Trombone Champ? I have not. That sounds like something. Thank you, Roy. Good. It's all working well. That sounds like something that I shouldn't look up, Trombone Champ. I don't feel safe. How do I tell you what, it's getting your own stream up is very confusing. Oh, I'm in YouTube Studio. I am smart. Okay, there we go. Sorted. Now my phone won't stop buzzing. It's great. Cool. Sorted. Good. Where was I? Yeah, Terraria. Terraria, I don't know what it is. I've never been able to get into it, ever. I've tried it so many times. How many hours do I have in Terraria? I think I played it through Steam Family Sharing. 21 hours. I enjoyed 2 hours of that, and the rest of it was trying to figure out how to enjoy it. It's yeah, it's Not even. It's like Guitar Hero, but it's trombone. It's legit. Shut up. What was that? Trombone Champ? You're joking. Trombone Champ. Let me see. You weren't joking. Gotta be careful with the music, but... Yo, they let anything on Steam, huh? This has 1,832 reviews for 97% overall positive. Overwhelmingly positive. They let... Okay! Risk of Rain, the first one, I think that is amazing. Top tier game. Not a masterpiece. It is amazing. I have put... Dude, talk about putting hours in. Risk of Rain 1, I put... Is that it? 43.5 hours. I can't believe I played so few. I love Risk of Rain 1. Did I finish getting all the achievements for that? I've got 12 out of 15. God, I love that game. Risk of Rain 2, also incredible. I need to go back and play that as well. There's a VR mod out for that really, I've heard, makes it incredible. So, yeah. Ever check out... Okay. No, I've not checked that out, Roy. Get it played. I am not playing Trombone Champ. Full stop. Ever. Full stop. You can play with a mouse, which is strange, but I'm sure someone will make a peripheral that's like a trombone. That's another level of ridiculous. Fall Guys is okay. Really fun for 10 minutes, and then it drops off hard. Team Fortress 2, I don't think I've ever played that. Have I? Team Fortress, no, I don't even have it in my library. I've never played it. It Takes Two, I actually never completed that, and I don't want to rate it. Oh my god, Days Gone. Yo, I think a lot of people are going to disagree with this. I think Days Gone is a masterpiece. I have heard so many people say that not only is this game mid, it's the most mid game of all time. It's the most mediocre, open world, do the thing, kill the zombie. I thought that it was it was Mad Max with a motorbike and zombies. It was incredible. I loved it, beginning to end. One of my favorite games I've ever played. I put it up there with Mass Effect. Whether or not it is one of the best games ever made, a masterpiece, is of course debatable. A lot of people will say no. I think it is. I think it is some of the most raw fun I've ever had. They really will let anything on Steam. Yeah, I do wish that Steam. I'm gonna say something very controversial. I wish Steam was more like Epic. In that, like, look at this. See if I open up Epic. Let me show you the difference between Epic and Steam. The one thing, well, and the free games. The one main thing that Epic does that makes Steam look bad You could say, well, you should be allowed to sell anything you want. I fully disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. Look, not only does everything here have a great thumbnail, because Epic, I'm pretty sure, makes sure that the developers put the time in to make a really good thumbnail or cover art, but everything looks great. And going to browse the store, every single game is a solid game. You don't have any garbage. There's no X-rated games. There's none of that. I think that, yeah, they all have a place, right? I wish that there was a version of Steam or that just did that. That would be great. I don't feel like... I mean, I know you can turn off the ability to see that stuff, but I don't know, man. I feel like it's really weird to sell that. I don't know. It feels weird to me. Like, I'd say Outlast 2 is a pretty out there, crazy, gross game. And I think that's fine to be here. I don't know, man. It's weird to me that Steam basically sells like porn. It's bizarre. And then you come over to Epic and, you know, like you couldn't leave your kid for Steam open. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. Days Gone is in the correct place. I'm glad you agreed, Sean. I love Sam Whitworth. He's the guy that voiced the main character, yes? I love him too. I wish Steam was more like Epic. It's how they steal off my revenue. It's how much... Wait, don't Epic pay out more than Steam? Is that right? Steam could do it with a more strict curation for sure. Yes. That teddy bear looked badass on Darkest Tale cover. Wait, what one was that? Darkest Tale cover? Was that on the... Oh my god, that actually does look kind of sick. What is that? Everything just looks... It's not a console, but it looks good, right? The whole thing, it's a little bit slow. I wish they'd speed it up. This looks kind of cool. Steam, Epic just is a level of quality, has a level of quality in delivering. Look at that, Atari Mania as well, another one. Bear with swords. Oh. They have a level of quality in delivering their games to you, which Steam just doesn't. Steam looks alright. I mean, well, Steam looks good. They've done their work on making it all look better, but this, I mean, it's 2022 and this still doesn't stretch to full screen on a 1440p monitor. Beyond me. We've got some recommended games, 4 special offers. They're advertising their own stuff. They've got categories. Then it says because you played this. Like, where do I go to actually browse new games? All the way down to here. This is not set up right. This is not set up well. This doesn't look good. And in comparison to Epic, it straight up looks bad. The one thing that Steam does really well, or not does well, it's good that they have it, is the curator recommendations. I don't know how to get to SkillUp's page without scrolling down and trying to find his icon and then clicking it. That's the only way I know how to get there. I don't, there's no button up here, I don't think. Feature, discovery, library, community. I don't know how to get to the one curator that I follow on Steam without going through the way that I just did, which is really stupid. There's a lot that Steam just doesn't do well, and I don't think they realize that they don't do it well, or they don't care, which is frustrating. I think there's parental controls for Steam. Is there? Well, that's good. That's good. Voice and character model too. Oh, I didn't know he was the character model. Reminds me of a tabletop game I played called Stuffed Fables. I've never heard of that, but that sounds cool. Yes, Epic steal less than Steam, which is what I would like for my games. See? Epic good. Epic good. Hey, Bit, how's it going, man? How are things? How are you? By the way, my bad for not messaging back. I just realized I haven't messaged back. I read messages and then I don't respond. I'm very good at that. I'm incredible at that. Where was I? Counter-Strike. I don't believe I've ever played it on this Steam account. I think I played it in like a taverna in Greece. Roughly 14 years ago. Counter-Strike. Nothing. I've never played it. Never played it. I've got no interest in it. Yeah. Rainbow Six Siege. Ooh, that is a really... That's not as good as Fortnite. I would say Rainbow Six Siege is pretty good, actually. I actually love this game. I used to love playing it, and this is the only game that this has ever happened with. Oh, it's not. Oh, I do have it here. 425 hours I have in Siege. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that I stopped playing Rainbow Six Siege because of the community. Because they were so toxic, so disgusting, so frustrating, and just such, like, at their core. It's so filled with at their core people that are just ugly. You know what I mean? They're just, like, if they looked on the outside the way they are on the inside, you would put them in jail just for being so ugly. They just, I wholeheartedly despise the Rainbow Six Siege community. Despise them. Gross, disgusting, racist, annoying, frustrating people. But if you turn off voice chat and you turn off text chat, it is fun. Or if you've got mates to play with, it is fun. This was, to be fair, this was like 2.5, 3 years ago the last time I played. It's like, I want to go back and play. I just can't, because I refuse to deal with the community in there. The worst of any game that I've ever encountered, full stop, easily. Don't worry, I quite enjoy our bi-yearly chats. For anyone that's wondering why Bit just said our bi-yearly chats, he messaged me 5 months ago and I forgot to reply. Or actually, not that I forgot to reply. I didn't realize he messaged me. You know how if you leave Discord open with a message open, then you just close it, it counts that message as read despite the fact that you didn't actually read it, you just had the chat open. That's what happens to me a lot. Just to realize how much changes in a short period of time. I feel like 5 months is not that short. It's crazy how long Counter-Strike's been around. Yeah, I've actually played 3 of the games in your list. Really? 4 if you count Beat Saber. You've played Beat Saber? I never played Beat Saber. I played Audio Shield. Oh, okay. Beat Saber is incredible. I highly recommend it. City Skylines, love it. It's not that great without mods, but I'd still say it is a really great game. It needs mods though. Like, you can't play it without mods. They also release, like, the amount of DLC they have for City Skylines is disgusting. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I must have it on Epic. I'm glad that they are continuing to support their game with new DLC, but should that DLC cost, should there be 43 that cost £222.61? I don't know about that. Should just adding airports cost £10.29? Should plazas and promenades cost £11.39? Should After Dark? Like, this is stupid. I really wish that there were a limit on how much companies were allowed to charge for DLCs, because I feel like so many people go into a game buying it, not realizing how shady the developer is going to be, not realizing how many DLCs they have planned, and there's a thin line between supporting your game with new content and milking you for everything that you've got, which is just, yeah, I'm pretty good. Just for how they support their game. Despite, it doesn't matter how good it is. Doesn't matter. Sea of Thieves is pretty good, actually. Sea of Thieves is the best of pretty good. It's rubbish single player. Like, you can't play it single player because it's so boring. Managing a ship alone sucks. If you don't have friends to play with, it's not great. The quest lines are mediocre. The combat is terrible. The graphics are top tier. Playing with friends is top tier, but I'm gonna put it in pretty good. It's almost, I'd put it in amazing if the combat was better and if the quests were better. Like, they made you want to play single player. This doesn't. It's very frustrating for me. I'm gonna put City Skylines ahead of Siege and Siege ahead of Borderlands. I think that's fair. Star Citizen. Don't get me started on Star Citizen. The biggest scam in gaming history, with the most mentally, I don't even know how to describe it. The people that play that game are ravenous psychopaths that have invested so much money into it that they can't admit to themselves that they have been scammed. That's actually that's a thing. Paradox have been getting away with that for years. I love their games though, so I feel part of the problem. I feel, and this is how I feel. I'm not saying this is right, okay? I feel like if I paid full price for your game and you continue to release DLCs at a price that are unaffordable to me or unjustifiable. Let's go for like a game like Anno. What was it? Anno 19 something, whatever it was. I don't feel like piracy is a bad thing as long as you buy that stuff when it's on deal in the future. That's where I draw the line. If you are going to make your game, for example, City Skyline. Let's say you bought City Skylines on release for full price. Let's say 40 quid. And it still costs 30 quid for the deluxe edition. And then you only played for 20, 40 hours. You didn't put like 300 hours in, then you got more than your money's worth. And then you fell out of it because you ran out of content. And then they start releasing DLC after DLC after DLC for a total price of £222.61. Pirate it. Get the full thing in a humble bundle in the future, so you support charity and support the developer. But no, there's no way you're gonna sell me on the idea of paying that much for a single game. No way, never in a million years. Especially when, like, the thing that really frustrates me, and this is a whole this is a whole other argument. The idea that someone on minimum wage in the UK working in Tesco or McDonald's or whatever has to pay the same price as someone who is a lawyer or a doctor, or let's even just say a builder on 30 grand or whatever, not the most demanding job but pays well, right? IT tech support that's on 40 grand, right? The idea that someone that works that job and someone that works in Tesco has to pay the same price for the same DLC in order to, I fully and wholeheartedly disagree with that. I understand that that's what capitalism is. I fully and wholeheartedly disagree with it. And I think that when you live in a world where all the DLC for one game costs 222 quid, and you're on minimum wage or whatever, I think piracy is completely and utterly justified. And that if you don't want people to pirate your stuff, you should make it affordable. Netflix being the prime example. Netflix came out, was affordable, had almost everything. Piracy, way down. Amazon Prime came out, Disney Plus came out, HBO Max came out, Paramount Plus came out. What else? Hulu came out. I know there's more. There's that Scream thing for all the horror movies that came out. Piracy, way up, because it's not accessible, it's not affordable. Who has the money to waste for Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO, Hulu, Paramount Plus, and then that's not even getting into the idea or the fact that Amazon Prime also sells you separate packages for separate Crunchyroll, dude. No, I disagree with it. I am, if I was to release a movie in 5 years, and the price of tickets was 15 quid, and then I heard that 20,000 people had pirated it, or 1 million people had pirated it, I'd go, of course they have. You charge 15 quid to watch a single movie, and they can't eat, they don't even get food with that. Oh, it's just ridiculous. It's the whole thing drives me nuts. Really does. There's a reason that games go on sales, and it's so that the people that couldn't afford it to begin with can now play it, but they had to watch all their friends, their favorite YouTubers or streamers or whatever, they had to watch them play it and enjoy it before they could because they didn't get the education, or they don't have the same, you know, didn't have the same upbringing, or the same parents that were able to push them to develop the grit to stick that job out, or stick out that college course or uni course, or they just didn't have anyone supportive in their life, or so many ways in which you can get to the point where everyone else can have more than you. So I support piracy because of that. I remember you streaming that, and the most exciting part was when your character actually sat up without crashing the game. Oh yeah, Star Citizen, I remember that. I sat up and the game didn't crash. God, I've got 32 gig of RAM now, so I do kind of want to try it, and a 3080 Ti, and a 5800X, so I do want to try that out again and see how it runs. I really do. I bought a base package of £40 because I love Space Sims. Still 3 years later, still unable to complete a mission without my delivery glitching through the ship. I miss when everything was just on Netflix, period of a few years where it was bliss. Same. I got to the point where I was paying for Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and Netflix. And then I counted up how much I was spending, and I wanted the 4K Netflix, because why am I going to pay for 1080p? And then most of the stuff that releases on Netflix isn't even 4K, despite the fact that you can get 4K Blu-rays of that movie. They've not sprung to get the 4K version, despite the fact you pay for I was paying for all of that, and then I counted up how much I was spending, and I went, whoa! And I got rid of all of them, barring Disney Plus, which I got for free for 6 months because I got a new phone contract, which saved me money. Now TV is a massive scam these days. You pay $9.99 for just TV, no movies, and then you pay $5.99 a month to get rid of ads. Gross. It's gross! It's gross! But not as gross as Biomutant was. That was more like belongs in the trash. Biomutant was absolute crap. I wasn't able to play it for more than an hour and a half. Oh, God almighty. I'm not exaggerating. I was really excited for Biomutant. I really was. Let's see. Biomutant. It felt absolutely terrible. I mean, you're saying pro combat, well, that's tips. It felt awful. Like, the way you moved, the animation, the way the world looked. Look at the animation here. This is terrible. It doesn't look like look at the way it glides as it turns, the stiffness of it. Like, you're gonna go right, so it automatically just turns to there, like, it just it's weird as well, because it looks like it should look good. But there's something cheap about it. It's like they've put in bloom to make it look better, and it somehow looks worse. I tried using magic in this, and I used magic for 10 minutes, then I turned the game off because I thought it was so bad. I also really didn't like the character customization. This is... God, even the dodging looks bad. But I don't know why. Because it looks like it should look good. I can't quite put it into words for why this is bad. It has almost like this Dark Souls vibe to it, in that, yeah, you can, like, nothing feels like it has impact, nothing looks like it's hitting. You see them react, but your character doesn't look like... You can just jump and bring a helicopter out whenever you want. You can strafe endlessly and just keep rolling. God, it just looks awful, top to bottom. It just belongs in the... It's not a waste of code, because I hope that they take what they did with that game and they actually make it look good and make it feel good. I'd love them... That game... I'd love to see it remade. But... I don't know, man. Oh God, I had high hopes for Biomutant. Was so disappointed. Same. Luth is sexy. Blue themed opera. Yeah, I'm using opera now. I was using Firefox, and I just don't like it. I just don't like Firefox. I don't know why. I've tried it multiple times over the last 10 years. I'm using it right now, and I just don't like it. and I'm not sure why. Feels like it was a decent idea that was terribly executed. Yeah, that's what Biomutant was. Belongs in the trash. Not pretty bad, it belongs in the trash. What's this tier list about? Hey Wally, Ultimate Video Games. So right now, my two masterpieces are Mass Effect, Legendary Edition, and Days Gone. Brawlhalla, not worth rating. Sims 4, couldn't care less. It's fun, but Stardew Valley is amazing. I would say it is the best of the amazing list. It's almost a masterpiece. This may be controversial, but I don't believe that a game like Stardew Valley deserves to be called a masterpiece in the same league as Mass Effect, Fallout 4, those type of games. I really don't. You know, Red Dead Redemption 2, I haven't completed that yet. I need to play it again. I played it for like 60 hours and just fell out of it. It was just so long. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece. Don't get me wrong. Here's where the weird thing is. Stardew Valley is a 10 out of 10 game. But Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Red Dead Redemption 2, and arguably I argue, Days Gone are 11s. They are, they are supermodels. They're almost as good looking as me. I'm off for a couple hours, really won't be on when I get back. Hope you will be. Cool, I'll catch you soon, Ryan. Yeah, I'll be on probably for another hour and a half, something like that. Biomutant was pretty poor. I was so excited. It had all the elements and assets to be amazing, but it was just a dud. Yeah, I don't fully understand how they messed it up so much. I'll never stop shouting them out. Skill Up, I mean, it's got hundreds of thousands of, or millions of subscribers, but Skill Up, SKILLUP on YouTube, the best reviewer there is. It's not even close. His review on Biomutant is phenomenal. Really, really good. He's able. You gotta listen to this man talk. I love his accent. Skill Up, Biomutant. He has a way with words that not many people in this world have.
Brought to you by Surfshark VPN. I almost didn't finish Biomutant. After the 10-hour mark, I was so done with this game, I desperately wanted to stop playing it. By that point, I'd explored
I felt like that an hour in.
2/3 of the map, unlocked about half of the available upgrades and abilities, done a whole bunch of side quests and main quests. I'd gone off the beaten trail.
People think that reviewing games is really, really fun and really, really good, but there's so many reviews that we don't see because the game was so bad it wasn't even worth reviewing. And there's games like this which are so awful that you struggle to make it through.
To see what secrets this gigantic map has in store. In that time, every hour became more difficult than the last as I searched desperately for a reason to keep going. I couldn't find one, and the only thing that spurred me forward was the fact that I had to review this video game. Having now completed the game after around 16 or 17 hours, I really wish I had stopped at the 10-hour mark because nothing I experienced after that did anything to change my mind. Biomutant is very, very not good. I'm aware—
Jesus, man. He's only released 2 reviews off the top of my head that are that scathing. And it was this and the new Saints Row game, which I've heard and seen to be absolutely terrible. I'd say Biomutant is pretty bad though. Worth a watch if you're a casual gamer. Worth a play if you're a casual gamer. I honestly don't think it's worth your time. I really don't. I agree with Stardew Valley being second tier. It's amazing, but it ain't a masterpiece. It just isn't worthy of it. Yeah, I can't really... It's kind of like comparing an indie movie to... it's kind of like how do you compare Avengers Endgame to... It's a good movie that I've seen recently that wasn't top tier, but was top tier. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's like comparing Avengers Endgame to just a normal movie. It's very difficult to, like, that was a masterpiece. How do you compare, to the Batman? Yeah, to the, this is a public service announcement. The words, the Batman are henceforth banned. I immediately felt my skin start to tingle and get hot. in anger and rage, because it's the worst movie ever released, ever made. We don't talk about the Batman. We don't talk about the Batman. We don't talk about the Batman. The first rule of the stream is we don't talk about... No, that doesn't work. The first rule of the Batman is we don't talk about the Batman. Holy shit, that... You just said, haha, trigger, and literally, yeah, I'm so angry. Red Dead Redemption 2 is so well made, but it frustrates me how restricted the missions are. Yeah, I feel that. Thinking about it, yeah, I feel that. They never felt... I guess, when I played it, they didn't feel restrictive, because everything that I did was something that I wanted to do and felt like the right course of action. But looking back, yeah, I never completed it because it was too long. I do want to go back and play it though. I heard they're remaking Red Dead Redemption. I hope they do. Although, no, didn't that get canned? Anyone know? I think that got canned. I streamed Biomutant when it came out, pre-ordered it and everything. I remember doing a 6-hour stream in the middle. I was just falling asleep. After seeing the end, I wished I binned it off. Really? His review is amazing and completely spot on. I've seen it before. It is spot on, 100%. Everything Everywhere All at Once is a stunning movie, but can't be compared to Avengers. I've heard that Everything Everywhere All at Once is really good. I got it and want to watch it, and I've just not... You know what? I've got so many movies and shows that I'm waiting to watch, but I'm waiting until I get my new TV when is Black Friday? When is Black Friday? When is Friday UK? When is Black Friday? November 25th? October, November... Shit, it's still quite a while, huh? I'm waiting for Black Friday. I'm gonna spend what little money I have to buy a new TV so I can enjoy my show. Like, I'm the type of person that... We're gonna get back to the games list in a second. Well, I guess this kind of is to do with games because I'll be able to play them on my TV when I'm relaxing and chilling. I'm the type of person, I feel very strongly that there's very little in life that we get to really enjoy. What do we really enjoy? What do we really enjoy in life? We enjoy movies. We enjoy shows. You know, we enjoy taking a walk through the forest with our partners. You know, a nice drive. But if you've got shit shoes, you don't want to go for a walk in the forest because your shoes are shit and you can feel everything's uncomfortable. If your car's garbage, you don't want to go for a nice evening drive. You know, if your TV is rubbish, you don't want to watch all your favorite shows and movies because it all looks mediocre. So buy the things that make the things that you enjoy good or better or the best experience that you can have. That's how I feel. This is my pitch to my lady for us getting a new TV. She knows what I'm like, so she's already said, you can do whatever you want. If you want to swap the car for an EV, because it's going to save us money, do it. If you want to get the new TV, do it. If you want to get a VR headset, do it. Just make yourself happy and buy those things. I'm very, very much that kind of person. There's so little, you know, that we get to enjoy in life. So figure out how to get the maximum performance and maximum experience the things that you enjoy. Red Dead 1 on PC would be amazing. Yeah, well, I mean, you can play it on PC if you get RCPS3 emulator, the PlayStation 3 emulator for PC. You can play it in 4K right now. It's definitely top tier on a first playthrough, worth completing if you can, but on a second playthrough, there's no scope for doing any of the missions differently. In Red Dead Redemption 2, interesting. Yeah, I can see that. Sleeping, get a good mattress. Yeah, my mattress is okay. I got a good mattress. I have a super king size bed because I need it. I don't fit in a king size. I have to lie like diagonally because I'm so tall. Or my feet just are on the end of the bed. I got a good mattress years and years ago. It's almost time to get a new one. I've had my mattress for like 8 years now? Oh my god, it's 8? No. 26, I don't know. I've had it for a while. Need a new one. Totally subscribe. Do your view on that. Yes, that's the best view to have. My view is often the best view. Halo Master Chief, I don't like Halo. I've never been able to get into it. I don't enjoy games that are bullet sponges. Having to put 300 bullets into someone or to get rid of their shield, I don't enjoy that. I've never played through the campaigns. I think I've tried a couple times, never was able to complete them. I don't really like Halo. I'm not even going to bother rating it. Grand Theft Auto, I think that's the newest one. I don't remember it being as good as Red Dead Redemption 2 or Mass Effect. I'm going to say Grand Theft Auto 5 was top of the list in amazing. Maybe behind Stardew Valley. Roundabout, it was, don't get me wrong, it was incredible, but I don't think it was a masterpiece. I don't remember it as a masterpiece anyway. Halo was so stuck in its way, it sucked so much, should have stayed in the early 2000s. Yeah, they need to work on it. Hey Johnny, I don't know what this tier list is, but the fact you haven't put Terraria in the top triggers me. Did you know that Terraria's got 800,000 reviews for a 97% overwhelmingly positive? Yeah, I rate it as F. I don't enjoy it. I've tried it. I've played almost 24 hours of Terraria, and I want to enjoy it, and I just don't. I don't enjoy the side-scrolly buildy type of game. I really wish I did. I just don't. Apex Legends is okay. The enemies are too spongy. It's not as good as Siege. Easy. No Man's Sky is a really great game. Better than Fortnite. It's almost amazing. I fall out of it. I've got... Hold on, how many hours do I have in No Man's Sky? No Man's Sky. I have 93.6 hours. I've restarted that game, I think, 8 or 9 times. Fresh starts. Fresh starts from the beginning. Reason being that I fall out of it after 10 hours and don't play for 4 to 5 months. And then I come back and then I quit. Because I just completely fall out of it. I can never find a planet that I want to build a base on. You can't find other players in the game. I want to like it so much. I tried it in VR and I couldn't get it to look good. It looked awful in VR. Looked terrible. I'm going to try again with it, of course, at some point. Probably when I get my new VR headset. Horizon Zero Dawn is a really great game that I have never been able to complete. I've started Horizon Zero Dawn 3 times and quit 3 times. At 3 hours in, at 4 hours in, and at 12 hours in. I think I played it mostly on the PlayStation. I don't think I've got it on... Oh, I do have Horizon Zero Dawn here. 17 hours was my longest playthrough, and then I quit. I just fall out of it. I don't know what it is about that game. I just fall out of it. It's got no staying power for me. I really want... I'm going to play it again at some point. I'm going to complete it. But yeah. Ugh. Let me see here. Why is this not letting me ban this person? Oh, I can't ban them. It's fine. They've stopped posting. Can I ban them from my phone? The live chat I've got right now is not letting me hide user, put user in timeout. Ooh, report. Report. Does reporting them ban them? No, reporting them doesn't ban them. What? Can you only hide them? All you can do is hide? Yeah, okay. The system for YouTube needs fixed for moderating. Where was I? This list is far more accurate than your TV show one. How dare you? My TV show list, which I think goes out on Monday next week, if you missed it on stream, is perfect. No Man's Sky felt bland to me after it was supposed to be good. I didn't feel bland to me, I just got bored. Horizon owns that spot really good, bit repetitive, enough to make you quit after a bit. Yeah. Yeah. At least it's hidden. Yeah. We can hide them from this end too for our own chats. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Where was I? Just at Apex. Horizon. Dead by Daylight. And I'm not exaggerating, okay? Dead by Daylight, I have 120 hours in. If you're playing solo, here's my argument. If you're playing solo as a survivor, it's unplayable. If you're playing as the killer, the community in the game is toxic trash. That should be loaded into a rocket and fired directly into the sun. The community in Dead by Daylight, I would argue, is as bad as Rainbow Six Siege. And as I said earlier, Rainbow Six Siege is one of the most toxic communities ever. The gameplay is repetitive. Every single new hero, or not hero, every single new monster or villain that comes out is a paid DLC with no free path to earn them. It's a pretty bad game. Oh, now don't get me wrong. It is fun to play with friends, but the animation is shit. The gameplay loop is boring. The restrictiveness on killers being able to kill people is not restrictive enough. There's no incentive not to just kill the same person again and again and again and again. Yeah. After playing it for 120 hours, I can easily say that it is a pretty bad game. It's like, the only way that you would play Dead by Daylight is if you streamed it, you made YouTube videos on it, or you had friends to play with. No one is booting that game up to play solo. No one. No one. No one. Dead by Daylight is good, I guess. I just don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's good. DBD, your favorite game? Thank you, Bennett. Bennett! Respect that. Good opinion there. Thank you. For me, Dead by Daylight's one of those games that didn't deserve the popularity it got. It's alright otherwise. Yeah, I fully agree with that. Yeah. I do wish that games like Ash vs Evil Dead, the new one that came out, I wish that overtook it. At least games like that try something new, you know? Going Medieval, never played. Call of Duty Black Ops, I'm not a COD player. Gary's Mod, never played it. Mortal Kombat 11, no. Planet Zoo, I love the look of it. I've watched a bit play a lot of that. I haven't played it. Path of Exile, tried it for a couple hours, really didn't like it. Destiny 2, I played through the campaign, I enjoyed it. It's an game. Don't get me wrong, I really want to jump back into Destiny, make a new character, and play through all of the campaign to catch up to where we are and make it a continuous game that I play. Problem is that they've locked out a lot of the content that's already come, and every single season it releases is paid. So, do I want to pay like anywhere between 10 to 40 quid every single time a new season releases in order to get access to raid dungeons, which I don't enjoy? I like new quest lines and new stories. Yeah, no. No, thank you. Cyberpunk, this is going to amaze you. I think I'm gonna save Cyberpunk for last. I need to save Cyberpunk for last. I'm so all over the place with it. Rust is a waste of code. Now let me explain. Rust is the worst one in my top 10 worst games that I have ever played as a single player game. The loot system in it is rubbish. The NPCs in Rust are so dumb that I think the game would have been better if you shot trees and trees had guns. And I mean that. I wish the trees had guns rather than the NPCs, because they're so stupid and there's like 4 of them on the map at any one time, no matter what server you load into. The community for multiplayer servers is awful. The graphics are amazing. The gunplay is decent. The building system is good. It is a waste of code. It is a waste of potential. I heard it used to have zombies and removed them. Stupid idea. Stupid idea. They should have worked on it to make it 7 Days to Die, but with good graphics. And they didn't, because they're stupid. Now, have they made multiple millions on it and continue to probably make millions on it, and have went through massive like blow-ups because of Twitch streamers and stuff, because of the way that it plays and the fact that it emphasizes multiplayer gameplay rather than emphasizing single player or base building tactics in order to fend off zombies or hordes like 7 Days to Die? Yes! It's a waste of code. And I stand by that. I stand by it. You'd probably understand why it's good if you ever tried the Friday the 13th clone. I've seen the Friday the 13th clone and it does look... It looked fun! It looked fun. Is this when we find out Blue is secretly sponsored and he inexplicably puts Raid Shadow Legends in masterpieces? Dude, I remember way back when I did a sponsored Raid Shadow Legends stream. I legitimately really enjoyed that game. I played it for so many hours I had to uninstall it because I couldn't stop playing. I really like Raid Shadow Legends. I genuinely enjoyed it. Where would I put it on this list? Probably in pretty good, actually. That's where it would belong. It's very addictive. Very addictive. I'm saying a waste of code. The core of it is brilliant. The community is just horrible. Rust Legacy was better than current Rust. That's why I put it in waste of code though. Because it's a waste of code because the core of it is brilliant. The core as in like the graphics and the animation, but the gameplay is rubbish. The NPCs are rubbish. The need to build is rubbish. The community is rubbish. The everything about it's a waste of code. It's literally code that's being wasted. But you meant it was a waste of time making it. No. It is code that is completely wasted. If they took 7 Days to Die and did that with Rust, with the graphics of it, I tell you right now, it would be one of the most popular games on the planet consistently every single day. It would be the day before that game that's supposed to come out next year. It would be that, but first person, which would be preferable. Right. Let's see, where are we? Binding of Isaac is an amazing game. I'd say it's better than Risk of Rain, better than Beat Saber, better than Subnautica, not better than Stardew Valley, not better than Grand Theft Auto. It is an amazing game. I can't even explain why. I loved playing it. I love everything about it. It is so much fun and so difficult to tell you why it's good. I can just tell you it's good. Doom Eternal is a really great game. I would say the best of the really great games. I remember nothing about it. I don't remember the story. I don't remember any of the art. And I played it a year and a half ago, maybe 2. I don't remember. I quite literally remember nothing of it. Nothing in Doom Eternal is memorable. Remember one scene from Doom Eternal. Is it a really cool jump that you made or a really cool move that you pulled off? Instead of artwork, instead of a story scenario spin, instead of an incredible boss encounter, this is a cool move you pulled off, yeah? Because Doom Eternal is just a really great game. They made nothing memorable in it. Gameplay was among the best of games ever made. Not memorable, which is why it's really great. It would have been amazing if it was memorable at all. At all. At all. Ark is a game, and it's the bottom of I'd put Destiny above Terraria. Destiny should be in It's Okay, actually. I'd put Destiny at the top of It's Okay. But the fact that they've locked out half their story, yeah. Ark is I've tried playing it a bunch of times. I fall out of it within an hour every time. It is garbage. It's pretty bad. It's garbage without other people to play with. Single player, it's unplayable. In defense of Rust, as a day one adopter of it, same with DayZ. Oh wait. Oh, you're sorry, I misread that. I'm defensive of Rust as a day one adopter of it, same with DayZ. Fair. Fallout 4 is a masterpiece. It is the bottom of the masterpiece category. It is a masterpiece though. It does need some mods to make it a masterpiece. That doesn't take away from the fact that it is a masterpiece. And there is a full VR version, which I'm going to play through offline. I will jump on and do a stream of Fallout 4 VR. I will do that. It will not be a full playthrough. It'll just be to show you some cool stuff for a couple hours on a Saturday at some point. And I look forward to doing that. It's a masterpiece. The story is mediocre. The gameplay is amazing. The VAT system is so much fun. The world is big. The enemies are somewhat varied. The world design is really good. The map design is really good. Using items is fun. There's so many bases, legendary guns. It's the DLCs are great. I didn't play Nuka World. I love it. I love it. It's a masterpiece. I fully believe that. Arc is yeah, its concept is better than its execution. Agree. Fallout 4 doesn't quite make it the masterpiece, just slightly misses it for me. It just makes it in, because Fallout 4 is better than Risk of Rain, Beat Saber, Subnautica, Binding of Isaac, Stardew Valley, and Grand Theft Auto 5 for me. It is better. And I'd say it's better by a margin. Like, if you ask me what would I rather play out of Fallout 4 and then every other game in this list, I'd pick Fallout 4 every single time. Like, and Fallout 4 has incredible replay value. You can do the exact same thing, play it the exact same way again, no problem whatsoever, and you still enjoy yourself. I rate GTA over Fallout, but I don't think GTA 5 is a masterpiece either. I think that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I like that. I'm sticking with Fallout 4 in masterpiece. I have a feeling, or not a feeling, I really hope that, what's the new one that's coming out? Starfield? I hope Starfield takes over that spot, and that to release a VR version as well when they optimize it. Unpopular opinion, I genuinely rank Fallout 76 higher than Fallout 4 purely because of the amount of fun I've had in it with mates. But Bit, would you be able to enjoy it more than Fallout 4 if you weren't playing with friends? It's gotten a lot better, just lost a huge amount of its player base before it got better, a bit like Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky. Actually, Cyberpunk just hit its all-time peak player count. If you, hold on, Cyberpunk 2077 peak player count. We have a look right now. In the last 24 hours, the peak amount, or it didn't hit its all-time peak. In the last 24 hours, there were 61,000 people playing Cyberpunk at its peak at the same time. If we go for the last 3 months, it hit 136,000 September 25th, 118,000 October 2nd, 93,000. This is a game that isn't online. That's the real crazy part. It's not an online game. This isn't 65,000 people in the last 24 hours or at the same time playing, all online together. These are all people in their own separate worlds, which is really mental. That's really crazy to think about. Raft is a pretty bad game. Maybe I'd say it's top of the pretty bad games. I've seen so many people play it, so many streamers and YouTubers. I tried it. I did not enjoy it at all. I tried for 3 hours and I uninstalled it. I did not enjoy Raft. Starfield I really want to like. Same. Re-download Cyberpunk to give it another shot. Oh. I've got 4 mods to suggest for you. I'll tell you in a second. I think the builder in me would still prefer Fallout 76, as you can build anywhere on the huge map, whereas Fallout 4 you're limited to settlements. You can get mods that allow you to build anywhere. I regret not picking up Cyberpunk when it was £15 on CD keys just after launch. I think you can still get it on CD keys for round about that. You'll just end up getting it on GOG rather than Steam. I'm loving Cyberpunk right now, doing tests, integrate chat control. I often find myself just staring at how beautiful Night City is. Yeah, it is stunning. I think, what were the mods? Have a look at the realistic combat overhaul, the Metro mod, There's a mod that allows you to talk to people, or people will talk to you if you get too close. And there's a mod that allows you to have a drink with people at certain bars, which is pretty cool. Those are the mods that I would recommend right now. I'm going to be getting them and starting a new game in the next week. Elder Scrolls Online. Played it a little bit. Don't want to rate it. Dying Light. I rate that as the top of the really great games. That's very easy for me. I very much enjoyed Dying Light. The DLC was an absolute nightmare that lasted 7 times longer than I wanted it to, but I really enjoyed Dying Light, and I've played it through twice. Enjoyed it both times. Little Nightmares 2, played Little Nightmares 1, and I hated it. Gang Beasts, isn't even worth rating. Smite, mediocre. Hades is... Oh, a lot of people would say Hades is a masterpiece or top of amazing. I'd say Hades is probably... I really enjoyed Hades, but something about it... I played it through back in beta, not beta, early access. And I loved it. But when it released, when the full release came out, I started a new game and I quit after 3 hours, 2 hours, because it was boring. I probably shouldn't have started my game again, but because it's got no replay value if you start a new game, I put it top of really great. I can play Dying Light from the beginning 7 times. I can play Doom Eternal from the beginning 7 times. I can't do that with Hades. Once you've unlocked everything, you never want to start again. Never ever. Are the Metro 23 Last Light and Exodus games on this list? I don't know. I've played Metro... The first one, Metro 2033. I never played Last Light or Exodus. I've heard they're really good. Metro Exodus is right there. I never played it. Death Stranding. Easily, very, very easily, the best masterpiece of a game ever made. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. It is so easy for me to make it the #1 best game I have ever played. Simple hands down. Simple hands down. If you've played Death Stranding in the past and you quit after it while in the first area, give it a chance. I've never disagreed with you more. Death Strand. Listen, here is the bet that I will make for you. Play Death Stranding. Get out of the first area in the game. Onto the new map. And play the game for 2 to 4 hours and then quit if you want. If you've seen someone play through the game, you may disagree and still not enjoy it. The joy of Death Stranding was partially in the evolution of ways that you can carry stuff around. It was very best game I've ever played. Best game. It's so easy for me to say that. It is the best game I've ever played. Oh, just amazing. Death Stranding really is Marmite. I still haven't tried it. If you've never seen it played, you've got to. If you have seen it played, difficult. Difficult to I can see it being difficult. Same with like Breath of the Wild. Incredible in the first playthrough. Awful to start a new game. Let's see. Death Stranding is a solid 10. But it's long. It is a long game, yeah. But I enjoyed every minute of it. I really did. Let's see. Five Nights at Freddy's, garbage. Mortal. Uno, no. Life is Strange. I've played that. I'd say that's really great. I'd put it ahead of Horizon Zero Dawn, but behind Doom Eternal. I really, really enjoyed Life is Strange. That was a fantastic story. Really, really got into that. Let's see, dude. There are so many. I'm gonna do like a rush, like 10 in a minute. I have a lot of these games after the first few rows. I've never seen them or heard of them before. So there's gonna be a lot to skip over. Let's see, where are we? Rec Room is a VR game that doesn't really belong on this list. It is really fun. I'd say Rec Room is the best of pretty good. Without other people, it's not a game you can play without other people. It's a ton of fun. Probably one of the best VR games there is. or R, but it's cartoony, but it is a lot of fun. BioShock Infinite, I've never played it. I played BioShock 1 and played BioShock 2 for 4 hours and quit. Or 2 hours, 1 hour and quit. BioShock 1 I love. I haven't played. I need to play through the BioShock series, just haven't gotten around to it. I want to play it in VR, but no one's released a VR mod for it yet, and I'm mad. Let's see, I haven't played any of the... Half-Life 1 I have played. I tried playing it through in VR recently. I stopped. I'm going to start again at some point and play it through in VR, and then play through Half-Life 2 in VR, and then do Half-Life Alyx. Haven't gotten around to it. Half-Life was a really great game. Second to Hades? Maybe that belongs in Amazing, actually. I don't really remember much about it. I don't think it's going to hold up. I might talk about that at some point in the future. Let's see. Undertale, never played it. Looks crap, even though everyone loves it. Danganronpa, I've not... I started it, and I stopped, and I need to get back into it. Johnny bought me it. I haven't got back into it. Noita, seen it. Not too interested. Spore, that's really fun for the first little bit. It's bottom of okay. It's really fun for the first bit, but the second you get to work like building worlds, boring. Let's see. Tekken 7. Oh my god, Papers, Please is the top. Oh my god, is it a masterpiece? Shit, I said that Stardew Valley doesn't belong in Masterpiece. Now that we're adding more games, I'm really tempted to put Papers, Please and Stardew Valley in Masterpiece. How do I put Papers, Please ahead of Grand Theft Auto 5? How do I do that? How do I do that? Oh my god, I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't know what to do. I need to catch up. I don't know what to do. We met during your Death Stranding playthrough. Is that when we met, Bit? I didn't realise. I struggle with balancing while carrying a bunch of stuff. I don't need a game to experience that. I don't struggle carrying anything because I am super strong. Let's see, where was I? BioShock Infinite's number 1. I've heard it's really good. I've never ever played it. I've heard it's amazing. I don't think I've ever been more upset at a streamer than BioShock Infinite. An hour in, I think it was because his chat was being immature rather than the game. Gotcha. Undertale's a massive no-no to stream. The community is awful for backstreet seating. Yeah, I would never stream it anyway. It doesn't look very good. Papers, Please isn't a masterpiece for the same reason as Stardew. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Papers, Please is the top of Amazing for the same reason that Stardew Valley isn't a masterpiece. I feel like I should put Papers, Please ahead of Grand Theft Auto despite... I feel like that's wrong, but... Yeah. BioShock Infinite is number 1, undisputed. If someone asks me, I say BioShock is number 1. I put BioShock 1 I really liked. I don't really remember much of it, but I liked it. I've heard Outer Wilds is incredible, and I really want to play it. There's a VR mod for it. I mean, Skill Up, the reviewer that I watched, he said that it's one of the best games ever. I generally trust his reviews. Untitled Goose Game, never played it. Slime Ranch, I've heard is amazing. Cuphead is the bottom of really great. I think it's really good, but it's just so difficult that I haven't been able to complete it. Not because I don't have the skill to, but because I don't have the patience to complete it. I just don't. Let's see, Keep Talking Nobody Explodes. Fun game, but it's barely a game. Slay the Spire. Oh, Slay the Spire is an amazing and is above Beat Saber, below Subnautica. I love Slay the Spire. Incredible game. Portal 2, never completed it. Completed Portal 1, loved it. Never completed Portal 2. I played the first Tomb Raider game. I think that's the first Tomb Raider game. I thought that was better than Horizon Zero Dawn for sure. Yeah, I think roundabout there and really great, that's where it belongs. What else have we got? Detroit Become Human is amazing. Not quite a masterpiece. I would say it's ahead of... It's right behind Stardew Valley, ahead of Binding of Isaac for me. I love those games. Detroit Become Human, Fahrenheit / Indigo Prophecy, depending on where you bought the game. What was the other one? Heavy Rain. They had that other one. I've got it in here somewhere, but I don't know where. What was the other one? It looked like I think it had Ellen Page in it, or someone that looked like Ellen Page. I don't remember what it was called, but I played that with my lady, actually. She watched while I played. 2 hours and we turned it off because it was rubbish. Beyond Two Souls, so crap. It was so crap. It was such a miss. It was such a miss, it was crazy. Temtem's on the list. Dude, I desperately want to get Temtem. Like, I really, really, really want Temtem. Temtem is one of the games that, in fact, if we go to my wish list, Temtem has been in my top 3, if not number 1 on my list for the last 6 months to a year, maybe even a year and a half. I cannot justify £40 for this game. I can't do it. When I do get it, I'll do a stream of it, but I can't justify it. Especially when, wait, what's this? Deluxe Edition upgrade for £16? What is it? A Temtem brag, suit up, emotes, a cap, an outfit and a rucksack, a swanky jacket and snazzy trousers. And on full release, despite the fact that this is a full-priced £40 game, they put a battle pass in, a paid battle pass, which is gross. There's no way that you should be able to put a paid battle pass in a full-price game. It's disgusting practice, and to see an indie game do this is even worse, in my opinion. A AAA game I can get behind, because they're idiots and they're money hungry and disgusting, but to see an indie game do this is really just like icky, really icky, really on release, no, gross. But £40 for that game. If that game was £10 with a battle pass, I would just be able to stomach that. I'd be angry at myself, but I could just about stomach it. £40 and a battle pass? No. I don't think that game's worth £40 without a battle pass, to be clear. I think that game looks like it's worth 20 quid. With a yearly season pass that drops for £10, and then if you just wait a year, you get it for free when the next season releases. That's the kind of system I would do for that game. That's what it looks like it's worth. How it plays, I don't know, because I've not seen anyone that I watch play it. Probably because it's £40, and it's not worth that money. And they've not really paid anyone to stream it as well, which is kind of surprising. I need to go back and play. Finished Detroit Become Human. I loved it. I played through Detroit Become Human, and my lady watched me play through. And then when I finished it, I started up a new playthrough the next day and completed it that day. I really enjoyed it. Wait, is Willem Dafoe in Beyond Two Souls? Shut up. I love Beyond for just being unapologetically wacky. I didn't even find it wacky. The thing that annoyed me with Beyond Two Souls was that you play as the girl in it and you play as the soul in it. So both of them are you, but the soul is a different person than you are. But if I'm me, why would I use the soul to fuck me over? Like in the beginning, I don't know how the game plays out, but in the beginning of the game, it goes, yeah, so the spirit is bad and it will do things that I can't control, and spirit goes, eh. And you sit there going, oh no, this is terrible, this soul is gonna mess up my whole game, and why have you given me control of the thing that's supposed to be bad? Do you think that because you told me that this is bad, I'm going to throw myself over? Is that what you think? It's a, and then you could connect, you could have other people control the soul, I think, like through your phone or something, or through another controller. But then, if I'm playing Beyond Two Souls, and I'm controlling the girl, and my lady's controlling the soul, and she's sitting beside me, and I just go, hey, don't be a dick. She go, okay. That's it. It's a really stupid idea. Or, it's a good idea executed in the most poor way ever. Ever. £40 a bit much for an indie clone. Dude, I didn't even think about that. Temtem is a clone as well. It is a full-priced £40 clone with a paid battle pass. Kiss my whole ass. Temtem's awesome. The price went up, unfortunately. I got it for £18 because I read about it in PC Gamer Mag when it came out in early access. £18 I could get behind. It's very icky, even though it had a battle pass. That's grim. Temtem's a £20 game, no season pass, just a £20 game. I agree. Willem Dafoe is a scientist in the game. He's like an adoptive father to Ellen Page. I don't even remember him being in it. Don't even remember. I love Willem Dafoe. Where were we? Right, I think we'll do this for like another 10 minutes and then call it, because there's so many games in this list. It didn't look like that many, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, panic. Where were we? We're around about Factorio. Oh, people call this game Cracktorial for a reason. It is just behind Stardew Valley and amazing. And I love that game. I'm not allowed to install it because I lose weeks when I do. Just Cause. I don't know what I think Just Cause 3 was the last one I played. I would say it's just behind City Skylines and pretty good, actually. Maybe it should be in okay. Actually, it should be in okay. It's going to be in okay, ahead of Minecraft, behind Apex. The Just Cause series is fun. There's no realism. There's no real challenge. And I don't enjoy how stupid you can be in it. The best way I can describe me, not including the latest releases, I used to say this way back when. I'm a Grand Theft Auto 4 guy, not a Saints Row 4 guy. That's the best way of describing me when it comes to those kinds of games. Gears of War, I played through 1, don't remember it. I remember enjoying it though. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is... Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember it. I remember the experience being mind-blowing. When I think about it, I don't get overwhelming feelings of like, oh my god, like, I don't see Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice and get the same reaction as Papers, Please, Slay the Spire, Factorio, Detroit Become Human. I don't get the same feeling even close. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in really great, but I'm gonna put it ahead of Dying Light, and ahead of Half-Life, and ahead of Hades. It's gonna be the top of really great. I think if I played it through again, it would probably be top of amazing, near masterpiece, but that's not the way I remember it. I'm not saying it's just a really great game, I'm saying that's how I remember it. And memory counts, because I've not played Spore in 10 years, but I remember it being okay. I've not played Siege in 3 years. I know it's a pretty good game. I remember playing Horizon Zero Dawn 6 months to a year ago, and it's a really great game. I remember playing Papers, Please a year and a half ago, and it's amazing. All my memories of Stardew Valley and Factorio and Papers, Please and Slay the Spire are all amazing experiences. Death Stranding I haven't played in almost 2 years now. Masterpiece. Like when you can get Pokemon for cheaper than that, it's bad. I think Arceus is only £45 at the moment. That's bad. Temtem's an MMO, to be fair. Yeah, still. I lived in Just Cause 2 when I was a kid, never played a single mission, really. Which Just Cause had the Mile High Club? Don't remember. Or was it 2? I don't remember. I played Just Cause 1 and 3. I don't think I played 2. I don't think. Dead Cells. This is going to be surprising to you. I think Dead Cells is a pretty bad game. Maybe the second best pretty bad yeah, the second best pretty yeah. I tried it, played it for about 6 to 8 hours, and I just thought it was shit. I couldn't stand it by the time I quit, uninstalled it on the same day I got it. Among Us, I don't even want to talk about it, it's mid. Far Cry 5, never played it. Outer Worlds, oh shit. Outer Worlds, for the first half of this game, it was a solid 8.5 to 9 out of 10. And the second half of the game I so desperately wanted it to end. I remember streaming it, and I remember sitting there, and mentally, I was on the verge of tears. I was on the verge of tears mentally because of this game. In saying that, I look back at my time with it, and it's almost amazing. It really is, in my mind. I'm going to put it behind Dying Light, ahead of Doom Eternal. I'm going to play this again offline at some point, possibly in VR if I can find a mod for it. I remember despising it by the end. If Ryan was here, he would be screaming. Gris, I've heard is really good, never played it. Crew 2, didn't play Neo. I played it for a bit, hated it. Ghost Runner is a really great game. Ahead of Fortnite, behind No Man's Sky, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Tomb Raider. I've never completed Ghost Runner. I fall out of the story after 1 to 4 hours. But I like that game a lot. A VR mod came out for Ghost Runner, actually. I've just had an idea. I've just had an idea. Ghost Runner has a VR mod. This was 3 weeks ago.
So hello everybody and welcome to Steve Knows. Today we are checking out Ghost Runner. Out soon, it sounds like good fun. But this...
How playable is
or at least
this?
that's how I interpret it, the way that you're wall running, taking out enemies. This is brilliant. I can't recommend it. A note to make so I can pump out more frames, because for this...
Wait.
To make this a smoother experience, of course, if you can use DLSS, I have got that enabled. I've also reduced the resolution slightly so I can pump out more frames, because for this fast-paced kind of title, frames are extremely important. I've also reduced some of the settings. They were on Epic. Hello.
How VR is this?
Or the way it puts you in. Hello. Of course
So
I'm
you
alive.
still play with a
This is
controller.
So gorgeous.
Already looking for you.
Oh, there's someone down there. You're mine.
Okay, so there's
It might be
no...
where if you're not a VR veteran,
That's-
this game.
I am kind of gutted. I was really hoping that the sword combat would be with your hand.
Might make you a
Your
little
implants are still
queasy,
adjusting to the software.
but if you played VR
I'm in a
before,
prison.
you
I
won't
can
have
calibrate
any
all
problems
your
with this.
basic protocols
Interesting.
here. It'll have to suffice for now.
This does have some settings as well, so if you're playing this and you find having a bit
Interesting.
of a weird time with the 3D, there are two 3D options. It has the alternating eye rendering, which is what I'm using. I find that to be the smoothest experience, but it also has the real 3D rendering. It's called R.E.A.L, and I find that one to be a little...
Come on, I need to see you play it, man. Play the game.
Coming
Jesus.
for ya. Steve says hi. Whoop.
Follow the pipes to get out in the open.
I could do a Ghost Runner VR stream. I'm gonna like this video. I don't know if I've got the space to do it here, because I'd have to be very, very still so I don't destroy the green screen room. I have to hold a controller. I have to be very careful. I could mess with the green screen room to make this work. This could be very fun. This could be very fun. Ghost Runner VR stream with the Pico 4. I like the idea of this, dude. Hey Clay, how's it going, man? Long time no see. How are things? How are you? How's life? How's it going? How are things, dude? I haven't given Overwatch a proper chance yet. What, Overwatch 2? Looks rubbish. I've been watching like Tim the Tatman play it, and I am unimpressed. Can't you sit like this, dude? See, now the thing is, with VR and with a game like Ghost Runner, right? Or with VR, with games that are ported into VR, you can turn and look around with your head. Oh, Outer Worlds! Oh, right, Outer Worlds. You can turn and look around, you know? Or you can turn and look around and use the controller to do like your 360s, 180s, even 45-degree turns. I don't like using a controller to turn if I've got a VR headset on. It's not that it makes me sick, it's that if I can turn in real life, then I want to turn in real life, you know? That's, you know, why would I use the controller? That's what I want to do, man. I want to, yeah, you know, that's what I want to do. So I would just play standing. Yeah. Like, you can play through Cyberpunk 2077 in VR right now, but I wouldn't want to do it because you have to use the controller to turn, which is rubbish. I forgot about your super hot VR. Those were so funny when you're crouching under the bar trying to fire a gun above your head. Dude, I forgot about that. I might do a little bit of a super hot stream at some point. I enjoyed that game. Use a spinny chair. I thought about that. I could get like a little stool and then just spin on the spot. But for a game like Ghost Runner, that wouldn't work. Because I'd have to spin so quick, you know? Right, where were we? We were here. Right, I'm gonna do a couple more minutes. I'm gonna have a look from my top of the top games in this list. Let's see. Enter the Gungeon is a amazing game, ahead of Factorial, below Stardew Valley. I love that game. Let's see. Never played Control. Still have to play it. I still have to play XCOM 2. It's a masterpiece. Ahead of Fallout 4. Ahead of Red Dead Redemption 2. That's where it belongs. I love XCOM 2. I love XCOM 2. They are masterpieces. Darkest Dungeon. It's a really great game. Oh, I remember I used to stream Darkest Dungeon and every day was pain. Every single day was pain. I do not contest it. It's a really great game. I'm putting it under Ghost Runner, ahead of Fortnite. I refuse to put it any higher. I absolutely refuse. It's not happening, dude. It's not happening. I refuse. Let's see. My time in Portia, I've heard that's really good as well. Titanfall, never played it through. Temtem, go to hell. Amnesia, I think I played the first Amnesia game. Never played it properly. Heavy Rain belongs ahead of Detroit Become Human. How do I have Factorial above Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. I'm putting Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human ahead of Stardew Valley, Enter the Gungeon, and Factorial. Papers, Please is also going to go behind. I don't feel like it's right to have indie games ahead of these AAA games. It doesn't feel right. They're not the same. Heavy Rain was better than Detroit Become Human. I enjoyed Heavy Rain more, despite the fact that Detroit Become Human was a more complete game, I feel. What else have we got? Oh, the tanks. Meh. Trevor Saves the Universe. I still want to play that. I haven't played it. Destroy All Humans. I tried Destroy All Humans. I played through the first level of the new remake and turned it off. It was not what I thought, you know? It was... Oh, disappointing. I've heard West of Loathing is supposed to be good. Haven't played it. Stanley Parable. Wow. What a game. Stanley Parable goes... Just for how incredible of an experience that was, it goes just behind Detroit Become Human. It is very close to masterpiece for me. What an incredible it wasn't... The Stanley Parable is an experience. It's not just a game. It is an experience. If you've seen it played through, you've ruined it for yourself. If you've never seen it, oh my god, you've got no idea what's in store for you. I had no idea what was happening at any point and had every idea. It's... Wow. Wow, man. Oh, I loved it. I want to try this Thief Simulator VR. That seems like fun. Dishonored 1. Ooh, I never completed 2. Dishonored 1 is an amazing game. I'm going to put it ahead of Stanley Parable. I'm going to put it behind Grand Theft Auto. Ahead of Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human. Incredible game. I loved all the options you were given to complete every mission that you had. Just wow. Beyond Two Souls is at the top of F. I do have to complete it to really fully evaluate it, but I feel like I saw enough in the 3 hours, 4 hours I played. That's kind of my limit. 3-4 hours is my limit for a game that I'm not enjoying. More often than not, 2. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Human Revolution was the first one. Mankind Divided was the second one. I tried playing through. I played and completed Human Revolution years ago. Loved it. Tried playing it again recently. Got pissed off and turned it off after an hour. Risk of Rain 2 is third from the top. No. Is ahead of Ghost Runner and really great. I feel like that's fair. Right, let's find some good ones. 60 Seconds was good. I'm not gonna bother rating anything that's not. Oh my god. FTL is the top of indie games and amazing. That's borderline a masterpiece. I'm so close to putting that in masterpiece. But if I'm not putting, you know, these 4 there, if there was a masterpiece of indie, I'd put it up there. How many hours do I have in FTL? That is a game which I have dedicated so much time to. 207 hours in a single player game that is indie. Just amazing. Control deserves to go to trash tier. I have heard the exact opposite. Game Dev Tycoon belongs in really great list. Really? You ever played 12 minutes? Yes. That is the Daisy Ridley, James McAvoy, Willem Dafoe game. Your FTL streams was one of my favourite games to watch you play. Really? That's super interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. I played 12 minutes with Daisy Ridley, James McAvoy, and Willem Dafoe. My lady watched me play it through over 3 days. At the end of 3 days, we both said to each other, I can't stand this game. I never want to see this game again. Turn this game off, uninstall this game. But I really want to see the end. Well, let's just Google it. I Googled the ending. It was, I don't remember what it was anymore. I remember being shocked at how shit it was. It is, 12 minutes is, without a doubt, in my top 10 worst games ever made. 12 minutes was how long I was willing to play that game. I played it for far longer than that and I should not have. It's in my top 10 worst games ever. For so many reasons. Inside. I'm not going to rate Inside. I don't remember it. I really don't. Inside was not memorable. I'm going to put it in okay. Ahead of Apex. It was not a memorable game whatsoever. I remember enjoying it. Relatively, but it was no Limbo for sure. Limbo was wow. Incredible. Let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, Limbo, there we go. Limbo goes straight into amazing. Ahead of Enter the Dungeon, behind Stardew Valley. What else have we got here? Man, there's so many memories. Super Meat Boy. Oh, that's so difficult. I'm gonna put Super Meat Boy in really great, but I'm gonna put it like behind Ghost Runner. It's a really good game, but it's not fun after the first few levels. It's just challenging. It completely forgets how to be fun in order to just challenge the player and make an impossible game. I'd be surprised if the amount of people that have completed that game are higher than 1% of the player base. And I think that's bad game design. I think that's really bad game design. Hotline Miami is a masterpiece. But I can't put it in masterpiece. It's borderline masterpiece. I'm gonna put Hotline Miami right behind FTL, which is the highest of praises for indie game, as far as I'm concerned. 12 minutes was weird as heck, the ending was terrible, but I find it funny sometimes when a game ends up having such a poor ending. I couldn't figure out how to get to the ending. I could not figure out how to get to the ending of 12 minutes, and I was so sick. Like, me and my lady were almost screaming at the TV. We were so angry and so frustrated and so annoyed with having to watch the same thing again and again and again, and I hated it. I despised that game by the time I was finished with it. I went by Super Hot. I don't see Super Hot. I do not see Super Hot. Quantum Break, I wanted to like that. Oh, there it is. I could not enjoy the... I did not like playing Quantum Break with a keyboard and mouse, and I did not like playing Quantum Break with a controller. It didn't feel good on either. But I'm going to go back and play that at some point. Super Hot is an amazing game. The developers of that actually did something really weird recently. Where do I put this? Replay value is really minimal. I'm going to put it at the bottom of amazing. The replay value is almost none. Not only that, but the missions were all really short. They never added any modding support to the game, which I think is the biggest blunder in gaming history. Imagine being able to rebuild the entirety of the Matrix in Super Hot for people to play. Imagine being able to remake John Woo films, make a bring Max Payne into Super Hot in first person. It's the biggest blunder of really. I to this day cannot believe how much of a blunder the devs of that game made. They would go from being millionaires to billionaires, easily. It's not even debatable. The developers of that made a really weird decision. I thought it was weird. Last year, I think it was, early last year, maybe late the year before that, they removed the scene where you have to commit suicide in the game. Because they said, we've realized that this is very controversial and very insensitive of us to have this scene in the game. So we're going to remove it. And I thought that was a weird choice because it was a really key moment in the game that you had to do that. And more so, like, I remember the first time I played Super Hot, and I played it in VR, and you have to literally, with your own hand, aim the gun at your head and pull the trigger. And I'll never forget it because it was like, I didn't want to do it. I was stuck for two real minutes. Like, count from 1 to 120. That entire time I was stuck, unable to do it. And then them removing that from the game, I understand from a sensitivity point of view, but it's already been in the game for years, and the game had fully released. It wasn't in early access. So I really feel like that was a weird call to remove that from the game, especially when no one was asking for it. It felt more like a publicity stunt, which I think was what really was off about it to me. It felt like, hey, don't forget about our game. We removed this. Controversy. Anyway, Journey is incredible, and I put it above Binding of Isaac. No, I don't. I put it above Risk of Rain 2, above Beat Saber, behind Slay the Spire. And I put Subnautica ahead of Binding of Isaac. Yes. All right, let's do a couple more, and then we're going to do Cyberpunk, the most controversial one, which I think is going to surprise you. Let's see. This is the Police. Heard that's good. I've not played it. Outlast 2, haven't played it. I think that's Outlast 2. Outlast 1 was okay. The end of it was rubbish. LA Noire, never completed it. Really want to play it again. I might do that. That would be a good stream game, actually. Imagine Super Hot mods, they'd be disgustingly good. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I feel like LA Noire could be a really good stream. That'd be a good laugh, I think. Although there are some graphic scenes in it, so maybe not. Void Bastards. If you've never played it, I highly, highly recommend it. It's an amazing game, a phenomenal indie game that I would put above Risk of Rain 2. I love that game. I wish they would add more. I really do. Have they added more, actually? I know they released one DLC, which I think I played. There it is. Bastards. They only ever released one DLC called Bang Tidy, and it's got mixed reviews. Such a shame they didn't release more. It was so much fun. I don't fully remember. Oh, that was it. Yeah, so it's like FTL, right? Except when you get to each location, you actually go around in first person, shooting guys, collecting stuff with this phenomenal art style. If that doesn't sell you on it, I don't know what will. FTL, first person, roguelite. Oh my god, I'm installing that and playing that again today. I am. I'm playing that again tonight. I'm gonna have a great time tonight playing that. I can't wait, man. That's how much I like that game. I just literally installed it. I highly, highly recommend it. Right, let's go for one more game that stands out. Yeah, all these are just indie stuff that I'm never... Mobile games, stuff like that. Battlefront 2, it's not really worth rating. Wolf Among Us, oh my god, forgot about that. That is... Dude, that's... I'm good. Wolf Among Us is a masterpiece. Wolf Among Us belongs in masterpiece. Full stop. It's not even debatable. It is the best Telltale game ever made. It's the most fun Telltale game ever made. It is a true detective story. It is unpredictable. And it's set in a world that I could have never even imagined. And I'm not going to tell you what kind of world. Go play it. I don't want to tell you a single thing. Go in blind. You won't regret it. You will not regret it. Right, I see a couple more games here, like Remnant from the Ashes and Quake, Avengers, stuff like that. None of them are really grabbing me to rate them. I think it's time. Cyberpunk. Now, the problem I have with Cyberpunk 2077 is that I played it for 28 hours in the last week. And I so desperately wanted to enjoy my time playing it. The graphics are amazing. The world is amazing. The NPCs are frustrating, look stupid, are clearly randomly generated, and are annoying to look at. Their pathing is terrible. I never feel like I'm making the right decision no matter how I play. I always feel like I'm not playing the game right. The combat is terrible. The combat is a 1 out of 10. The combat is a full 5 out of 10. I will be installing the realistic combat overhaul, which allows you to take out people in a fair way, way more realistic. You can die in a few shots, they can die in a few shots, a full new armor modding system. I really like the look of it. I'm going to try that out, along with a few other mods. Fallout 4 is in my masterpieces. And it's not a masterpiece without mods. After where you put Death Stranding, nothing will surprise me. Death Stranding is a #1 masterpiece, that's facts. Wolf Among Us is great, I love the comic books it's based off of too. I know they're making Wolf Among Us 2, it's the only thing that's stopping me from reading them. I don't want to read the comic books and then maybe spoil something. One thing I've not seen here, I've just remembered before I rate Cyberpunk. Where is Guardians of the Galaxy? Has anyone seen that? I don't see it anywhere. And Guardians of the Galaxy, the new one, I can't believe I'm not seeing it anywhere. Samurai Jack is here? Doom 3, maybe it wasn't out. Prey. Oh my god, Prey. Prey is the top of amazing. It's borderline masterpiece. Oh my god, is it? But Prey's a masterpiece. Just ahead of Fallout 4. No. Fallout 4 is ahead for me. Prey's a masterpiece. I can't believe I forgot about Prey. I cannot believe I forgot about Prey. What am I doing? Oh my god. Let's see. I don't see... Can't believe I don't see Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm absolutely blown. I'm mind blown. Has anyone seen it? Am I losing it? Did you enjoy the new Guardians game? Just finished it a few weeks ago. I cannot see Guardians of the Galaxy here. I don't understand. It's got to be here and I'm just missing it, right? It has to be. Oh, dude, there's no way. There's no way it's getting passed up like this. There's just no shot. Why isn't this in alphabetical order? Bruv, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I don't see it. Wow. The disrespect. Oh my god, the disrespect. It's not here. Dude, I've been through this list like 2 or 3 times now. Right, I'm gonna take this one because I can't find the actual symbol for it. I'm gonna use this symbol here for Guardians of the Galaxy. And Guardians of the Galaxy is my number 2 all-time masterpiece game. And no, it says rad, but actually, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I'm fine. Oh my god! Russell! I see the thing you sent. The don't know, thank you very much. I can actually see that! Oh my god, I didn't realize! I don't have sound alerts on either, which I should probably turn on. Now I think about it. Guardians of the Galaxy by Square Enix is the second best game I have ever played. The story, the world, the graphics, the effort, every single thing except the combat was the best of the best. I've never played a game with characters on my team that felt real. Every single thing about them was real. They were real people. They were real characters. I was actually there with them. The story has the Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you. That's what the symbol means. Rad Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you. Everything about Guardians of the Galaxy was the best of the best I've ever experienced. Some of the best storytelling ever. You would not believe, like you genuinely wouldn't believe how good and how much effort was put into the world design. Every single place you go is a brand new place. It's a new planet, a new station, a new ship, a new what? It's all brand new and it all looks, it's good. Hold on. You would not.
This video is brought to you by NVIDIA and the Inno 3D range of
looks.
RTX 30 series.
For the record,
Hold on. Oh, I'm going to turn it down because of the music. But you would not believe look how incredible this looks. And I don't think this is maxed out as well. It's just, that's the Avengers. That's not what we're talking about. Skip that. Skip that. It looks so good. Your ship is so cool. I don't know how to put it into words, I don't believe that I have the ability to use my vocabulary to the extent that this game deserves in order to tell you how amazing this is in every single way. This is the only game that I have ever played, ever, where at the end of it for weeks, and I'm looking at this right now, I miss my team. I can't describe how bizarre that feels to me. They felt like real people. Like I miss them. I miss Rocket. I miss hanging out with Drax. I miss them, man. I miss hanging out with Groot. I miss Gamora. I genuinely miss them. I know it doesn't look like Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter Quill, the movie. I prefer this. The story in this is way better than the movies as well. In my opinion, the story in this is way better than the movies. Or at the very least, I enjoyed it more than the movies. It was just... God, I love it. It's so close to being better than Death Stranding for me. So close. The reason Guardians of the Galaxy is not better than Death Stranding, for me, is that the combat is terrible. The combat is something that you need to get by in order to progress in story. And I'm not someone that really enjoys story games. I'm not someone that's what I live for. I like a story game, but it's not what propels me forward most of the time. I much prefer like a Breath of the Wild, drop me in the world, we've got the overarching thing. Fallout 4, drop me in the world, the overarching thing. You know, that's kind of what I like. Don't get me wrong, Mass Effect, Days Gone, give me a big main story. Skyrim, Days Gone, drop me in the world, big story, that's the, leave me on my own. Guardians of the Galaxy, the combat was so shit. It really was. It never really got much better than it was in the beginning. It got easier and quicker, but yeah, enemies were a bit too spongy. I think if I played it through again, I'd play it on easy mode. And that's a recommendation for you. If you are going to play Guardians of the Galaxy, trust me when I say this, play it on easy mode. You won't regret it. It will feel more cinematic. It will feel more movie-esque. Play it on easy mode so you can kill enemies in 3 hits rather than, I shit you not, 8 to 15 hits per enemy. You're never going to die playing this game anyway on normal mode. It's not that difficult. It's just the enemies are bullet sponges. Easy will lower their health to the point you can kill everyone in a couple shots. Will feel way better. That's how I plan to play it again in the future. It was really good, so much better than the Avengers game. Yeah, the dialogue between the characters was really well done. Yes, it was. It was amazing. I do want to play through the full story for the Avengers game because they do look like fun stories. I just haven't. Back to the main game, Cyberpunk. As I was saying, 28 hours in the last week. I want to love it so much, and I'm struggling. There's so many things about it I dislike. The combat, the enemies are too bullet spongy. You are too weak. Your ability to hack people to destroy them or take them out is awful. Your ability to not kill people in the game, I feel, is terrible. Having to walk up behind every single person and strangle them until you get a mod that makes your weapon non-lethal is a piss poor decision in terms of game development and combat decision. Evolution decisions. I think that Cyberpunk is a masterpiece. Oh my god, I accidentally just went back and I thought I lost everything. Oh my god. I think Cyberpunk is a masterpiece. Now hear me out. I've never seen a world so beautiful. I just gave you whiplash, I know. I've never seen a world so beautiful. I've never seen characters other than Guardians of the Galaxy so full of life. I have never driven down the street and felt so involved. The guns handle great, it's just the amount of damage that is terrible. Really a masterpiece? Yes. And I'm going to do something in a minute that will really upset you. I'm just going to do it now. I think it's third. I think it is the third best masterpiece, in my opinion, ever made after Death Stranding and Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that tweaking the damage will make this game a million times better. I tested it out yesterday or the day before, the realistic combat overhaul. I was able to take out skull enemies in round about 8 shots to the chest. Or 2 sniper shots, which is fair. They were able to kill me in 5 shots, which is fair, considering the armor I had on. I love the characters. I love the world. I love the game. The bugs are unbearable. The combat bullet sponginess is unbearable. But if I tweak the amount of damage that I do, the combat's a 10. I can hack one guy's eyes so he can't see. I can hack that guy over there so he can't move. Throw a grenade at his feet while he's stuck in place. Sneak up behind his mate. Grab him, break his neck. I can then use my Sandevistan implant to super speed round the back of someone and shoot them in the back of the head. And on the way to using my Sandevistan to get behind someone and shoot them in the back of the head, I can hack that thing over there and make it explode. And I can throw a flashbang at the other person. There is so much that you can do. There's so much that you can do in combat, and the only thing that was off with the combat is the amount of damage you do. That's it. And I stand by that, because when you're in combat, it feels good. Rather than enemies just sprinting at you, it's very realistic. Everyone kind of stays behind their cover and fires over or fires round. Sometimes they'll stand up and shoot. They have to reload, and cyber psychos are mental. Oh, the combat's good when you die quick and they die quick. Then we talk about the bugs. You remember the Cyberpunk video goes up, I think it's tomorrow, from the stream the other day. No, actually, maybe it's Wednesday next. I can't remember what day. It goes up soon. Maybe Sunday or Monday. If you haven't seen the stream. Or you can go back and watch the stream where I talk about it. Characters screaming at the top of their lungs when you're sneaking. And, like, guys during a vital cutscene walking towards you and then quickly glitching. And then walking sideways and then glitching and then walking towards you like this. Awful. Some of the most immersion breaking stuff ever. Walking towards a bar with another character, and the person's walking towards the bar holding a gun, except there's no gun in their hands. Stuff like that is, I do not argue, awful. Awful. I truly believe that when I add the combat overhaul mod and start again, I won't care because the game will be so much fun. I've heard so many people say I can look past all the stuff that's wrong with it, all the small bugs, because I love the game so much. And the thing that I hated was the combat. It's... This may be the first time I unsubscribe from someone. I don't allow it. Unsubscribe button has been removed. I loved Cyberpunk. I sunk about 100 hours into it. I was in on my first character, although my guy got so powerful I was wanted to shooting everyone. I feel like that's how it should be. Personally, I feel like that's how it should be though. Because Here's what I said in the Cyberpunk rant the other day. If it takes me more than 2 shots to the head, 1 or 2 shots to the head to kill you, I can imagine that some guys would be 2 shots because maybe the bullet just bounced off the side of their head, let's say, just like skimmed. Let's imagine it did that, so it took 2 shots to shoot you in the head and kill you, right? Then if it's going to take more than 2 shots to the head, I'm going to need to be able to see what kind of augments and armor you have installed in you that makes you stronger than a normal person. Because the game doesn't explain that, and that drives me nuts. Yeah. You can't have unbearable stuff in a masterpiece. You shouldn't have to make it a masterpiece. Dude, I agree with you. I agree with you, and yet I can't remove it from Masterpiece. I just can't. I can't remove it from Masterpiece. I didn't really get many bugs in the Xbox Series X after they released the next gen version with the update. Jammy, and hey Jammy, how's it going, man? Here's a question for you. You say you didn't get many bugs. I think a lot of people are dismissing a lot of stuff and just not talking about it. When I say bugs, I also mean minor flaws. For example, characters walking towards you in a cutscene, not a cutscene, in like one of the story missions, and they glitch slightly to the left and then they glitch slightly to the right. I call that a bug. If a character you're walking with is carrying an invisible gun, that's a bug to me. If you call your bike or your car and it drives through a solid wall to get to you, that's a bug for me. So with that context in mind, would you still say you didn't get many bugs? Because that's what I mean when I say it. It has to be bottom of Masterpiece for anything, just because it's got these unfinished, unpolished elements to it. I don't know. I should have an asterisk next to it if the only reason it isn't a masterpiece in the list is because of the tweaks you make to game mods. See, like, Fallout 4 has an asterisk beside it. We're gonna have to talk about the masterpieces, aren't we? A masterpiece should be flawless by description, but the only game here that's absolutely flawless in my opinion is Death Stranding. And it's not even flawless, because the opening to the game is absolutely terrible. The opening to Death Stranding is, I do not contest, a 3 out of 10. It's boring, it's slow, it's monotonous, and it makes you go and do the same thing over and over and over and over. It's terrible. It's a terrible experience. That's undebatable. Undebatable. Terrible experience. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy, the combat's terrible. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, the first game's combat was rubbish. I've heard that the end of 3, please don't tell me, I don't know what it is, I haven't played it yet. I've played through a bunch of it, I haven't completed it. I have to go back and start the whole thing again because I haven't played it in 2 years. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, or Episode 3, not Episode 3. The third game, the ending was so bad they had to release a new ending for it. Days Gone, let's be real, the graphics weren't unbelievable. The story wasn't incredibly gripping. It could be frustrating at times. XCOM, many people would argue that the story is terrible. Red Dead Redemption 2, I didn't know this was possible. It's too long. I couldn't complete it. I couldn't complete it. I was 60 hours in. I couldn't complete it. Fallout 4 isn't great without mods. Prey, if you play without the alien powers, the game isn't as fun, but you're punished for having alien powers. And The Wolf Among Us, it doesn't handle great. All of these masterpieces have asterisks beside them because there is no perfect game. You can, and I think this is true, you can get masterpiece level, full masterpiece, 0 asterisk, indie games. And I would argue that FTL is a pure masterpiece with 0 flaws. I would make the same argument for Papers, Please. I would also possibly make the same argument for Stardew Valley, especially with everything else that's been added to the game. Papers, Please, FTL, and Stardew Valley are masterpieces. And I'm now realizing that Hotline Miami should be behind Stardew Valley, and Stanley Parable should be behind Hotline Miami as well. Yes. And Limbo should be ahead of both of them. Yes. But all the masterpieces are all basically AAA games. And it's impossible to make a masterpiece AAA game because they're too big in scope. They're just too big. AAA games haven't got to the quality level that Hollywood movies have. Where I feel like, you know where games are right now? You know, like 15 years ago-ish, when they were releasing movie. Oh, I got the perfect example. I can show you where AAA gaming is right now, and it's so easy. The Scorpion King. Where is it? Where is it? This is where the AAA gaming industry is. This is, and I mean this with love. This is where it is. Amazing ideas, good movies, but this movie could be a 10 out of 10. But there's an asterisk. Here's the asterisk. This is the best that we can do. This is where the gaming industry is right now. I'm not saying that this movie was a 10 out of 10, right? Or was a masterpiece. I'm saying that if this was a masterpiece, this would be the asterisk. It was impossible to make a 10 out of 10 movie that involved CGI. It's impossible to make a 10 out of 10 game currently because there's too much that can go wrong. Game engines are too volatile. You know, we've not mastered it yet. Give me control of your PC, I'll remove it for you. No, I refuse to remove Cyberpunk. I might move it in a minute. I won't remove it, but I might move it. Oh, I definitely agree with the car thing. I had one where the car would hit like an invisible wall and I couldn't get to the car to accelerate. I would just be in the middle of the main road. Okay, but you never had any bugs where characters would kind of like glitch and spam left and right, no? Man, the console release must just be better than the PC release then. I love debating this, but ultimately it's your list. If you're okay with being wrong, that's all that matters. I am right. Okay, and I'm gonna further defend myself in uno momento. I'm okay with the list compared to the shocking TV list. We can't keep saying this. The TV list was perfect. What? Name one thing that was wrong with the TV list right now. Name one thing. You can't do it. It's impossible because it was a perfect list. If you would allow me to change one thing, I'd bring Beyond up to the bottom of really great. Beyond Two Souls. You'd bring that up to really great. It wasn't really great when I played it. I will play it again, and at some point, see how I feel about it. This is the most flawless scene in film history. How dare you? Yeah, that's my favorite scene in all movies ever. It's also the best looking one. It's the most acting The Rock has done in his career. True. CGI is better than that in games, unless I'm missing the point. Oh, right. So the point I was making is not that CGI in games doesn't look good. The point I'm making, just to be clear, right, is that the state of game development is currently at the state that movies were when this movie released. If you're saying that this, or if we say that this is a 10 out of 10 movie, this is the asterisk in the movie, because this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. And the thing that would make it 10 out of 10 with no asterisk is if this was perfect, if this looked real. And what I'm saying is that every single game right now, every single masterpiece has an asterisk beside it because every single game has its issues. Some of them, it's, let's say, for example, Cyberpunk, the combat is bad. Let's say Red Dead Redemption 2, the story is too long. Fallout 4, you need some mods to get it quite up there. Prey, the the non-alien route is boring. Wolf Among Us doesn't look or doesn't feel great. Death Stranding, the opening of the game is slow and terrible. Now, with Cyberpunk, you'll notice that I've not said anything about the story in Cyberpunk. I've not said anything about the world. Oh, the only asterisks I'm putting on it are bugs. And bugs can be fixed. The slow start to Death Stranding can't be fixed. The combat in Guardians of the Galaxy can't be fixed. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, or the first game in the Mass Effect series, the combat can't be fixed. The length of Red Dead Redemption 2 can't be fixed. The boring gameplay of not using alien powers in Prey can't be fixed. And the clunkiness of the Wolf Among Us can't be fixed. For Cyberpunk, all it is a mod to make the enemies die quicker and you die quicker. Some more interaction from NPCs and things to do to make the world feel a little bit more alive, which is a minor mod. And what was the last thing? And bugs. It's really just bugs. You know, bugs in combat. I can't make a mod for Death Stranding that removes the entire beginning of the game. Can't make a mod for... Well, I could make a mod for Prey that gives you but doesn't give you a bad ending if you use alien powers. I submit, or I admit, that you could fix Prey. But that's why I'm saying Cyberpunk should be third. Because... Oh, do we do it? No, I share a library to play Cyberpunk and it's in use right now. No, dude! Yeah, I didn't buy it either. I've got it shared. I can't believe it's being used right now. I would show you it, but apparently I can't. It's, you know what, we've just saved ourselves. It's for the best. It's for the best. It really is. We almost just lost an hour to me playing Cyberpunk. So they've hit a ceiling in video games. Yeah, they've hit a ceiling. I believe the ceiling is game engines. I wouldn't be surprised if 30 years, 40 years from now, all games were made on one engine. It really wouldn't surprise me, barring indie games. I think we're already seeing that with Unreal Engine 5. Even the likes of CD Projekt Red are making their next games. Whatchamacallit. Their next game's in Unreal Engine 5, which really says something when you've got them making it. Most developers are moving to Unreal Engine 5. And I wouldn't be surprised if 20, 30 years from now, Unreal Engine 10, or whatever's out by then, is the #1 engine, and all these companies just pour resources into Unreal, or whatever the big company is then, in order to just keep optimizing it. And it would also streamline the process of putting games onto PCs and consoles at the same time, as well as onto streaming services, which will no doubt be a massive thing, as well as onto VR streaming services, which I think is going to be the future of VR, streaming games to your headset so that it doesn't have to actually do anything other than stay on and accept a Wi-Fi signal. What made you put Cyberpunk at the top? I kind of just explained all that, but long story short is that the only thing that's wrong with it are bugs. And poor combat, which I can put a single mod in to fix. Prey at the top, good to call? Yeah. Prey belongs up there for sure. Because it has mods to make it good, we all gave him crap about it. No. One mod, let me be clear, one mod fixes Cyberpunk, multiple mods fixed Fallout 4. One mod to tweak damage multipliers. You could probably do that in a .ini. Fallout 4 needs a lot, but it still makes it up here. XCOM 2, without the workshop, is a bit shit. Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't need anything. Guardians of the Galaxy is... See if you play Guardians of the Galaxy on easy mode, that might actually be better than Death Stranding. It's that good. For real. For real. I mean, in the film industry, literally every house worth of salt uses Foundry Nuke, Houdini, and Maya because that's what everyone's trained in. Cheaper to find artists. See? The movie industry's already doing it. That's what I'm saying. The games industry is behind the movie industry by about 10 to 20 years. 20 years from now, they'll all use the same engine, just the same way as movies do now, and you'll start getting masterpieces that have no asterisks. I'm gonna leave Cyberpunk in third place. I think it's very possible that I end up moving Cyberpunk to second and first place, possibly, depending on bugs. I'm not sure. I was really hoping that I could find a mod that had more bug fixes, but I think the only way to get bug fixes is straight from the horse's mouth. Has anyone heard when... I really need to just buy Cyberpunk at some point. Has anyone heard when the next big patch is supposed to come out? 1.6 just came out, right? Oh, new driver's out today. As confirmed by another player in video forums. Let's see. The frame rate is noticeably improved, but the map now looks like this. Do I click this? I'm closing it. I don't want to see. Okay. I'm glad to hear the frame rate's improved, because I was struggling a little bit. Oh, welcome back, Ryan. As you'll see, we have Death Stranding, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Cyberpunk in first, second, and third place in my masterpieces. You agree? Glad to hear it. Thank you. The last hour of work was mad, so not had a chance to respond to some of these outrageous rankings. This isn't happening right now. We're not all about to start disagreeing with this, okay? Here's what... He even completed Death Stranding. He completed Guardians of the Galaxy, huh? I haven't even completed Cyberpunk and it gets into my masterpiece. It's vital on Marvel projects. Multiple studios should need to work from the same files constantly. Yeah, that makes sense. Bioshock Infinite would make it #1 if you played it. I don't think it would. I tried, hey Nerith, I tried, oh, what was it called? What was that new game that released that would look like, I don't remember if it was, from the same developers as Dishonored. It was a black guy and a black chick, and there was some kind of time thing and you died and the day restarted. I've not heard good things about it, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. Deathloop, yes! I've heard Deathloop is not good. So says Skill Up, and I trust his ratings. So it has me, like, it looks very much like Bioshock Infinite, but then so did Dishonored, and Dishonored was good. I will play Bioshock Infinite at some point. I don't know when. I've got so many games that I want to play. I still want to play through the entirety of the Assassin's Creed series. I've never played Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Never. What do I do with my time? I throw it into battle royales when I want to play story games and have experiences. I don't know why. You've made Inside in okay, but put Limbo in amazing. Yeah, because Limbo is amazing and Inside is okay. I remember nothing about Inside. I remember everything about Limbo. They ever fixed Cyberpunk? No. No, it's still got many, well, at least on PC, for me, it's been a shit buggy mess. A shit buggy mess that drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely nuts. Maybe I get the GOG version. Hold on. Is the Steam and GOG version of Cyberpunk 2077 the same? If you buy the GOG version, you'll receive it DRM free, meaning you can start either from the GOG Galaxy client or from the EXE. Wait. Is the Steam... Is Cyberpunk 2077 on Steam DRM free? Steam page doesn't mention it. Okay. There is no DRM. I'm confused. Is there DRM or is there not? I'm getting mixed messages here. Okay, this is the piracy subreddit, doesn't matter. Every game on Steam comes with, at the very least, Valve's own DRM. I wonder if it would run better through the GOG version. I wonder. Death Stranding deserves to be there. I agree. Part of it is Unity's been machine gunning themselves in the foot so hard. Yeah, well, Unity has looked like crap for ages. I don't see them coming back anytime soon. Assassin's Creed Black Flag gameplay aged really poorly, to be honest with you. See, doesn't Assassin's Creed Black Flag have the early Assassin's Creed gameplay of basically X to attack and Y to counter? Because that's my favorite gameplay type. I could play a game that has A to roll, B to dodge, or what I like is a B to dodge, a Y to counter, or no, A to roll, B to stun, Y to counter, and X to attack. That's my favorite system. There's no better combat system in third-person gaming, and I'll fight you to the death on that. It's not debatable. So says I. No, it is debatable, but yeah. Cyberpunk's really good when it works, but to place it third is just insane to me. Remember how upset you were when you first booted it up, and it's only just now barely playable. But doesn't that tell you how good it is? And once the bugs are gone, how incredible! Like that's how good. I know what I'm doing. I understand that I am just not making sense, but I can't put it anywhere else. I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do it. It is a third place masterpiece. It's buggy as shit. My bike goes through walls, characters glitch left and right, enemies have too much health, the city all the NPCs feel dead, the NPC pathing is terrible, the NPC generation is terrible, but the world is so beautiful, the city is an actual city. When you're in a mission, it feels like you're in a goddamn movie. It really does. You're in a movie, dude. The gunplay is good despite the fact that the enemies have too much health. The RPG system in terms of developing your character with abilities is really good. Finding new weapons is satisfying. Being able to buy new apartments and new cars is fun despite the fact that missions pay too little in order to be able to afford those things. God, there genuinely is so much about this game that it offers everything that you could ever ask for from an RPG. If you don't understand where I'm coming from, okay? Let's say your favorite game is Fallout 4. Imagine Fallout 4, but when you go to a city, it's an actual city. Like a full city with shops and people and vehicles or horses or super mutants or whatever. It's a full-blown city, and then you can actually ride around that city. You don't have to just walk. It's everything that you ever wanted in a game. It's just for some reason fucking buggy. It's bug. But it's so good. It really is. Oh, it's so difficult. It's so and don't get me wrong, it's so difficult to justify it. It's so difficult to justify it. But it just is. You know? It is. You know what I feel like? I feel like what's his name from House of the Dragon with no eyebrows that I screamed about that one time? What's that guy's name? House of the Dragon. He was also in Morbius. I can't remember his name. What was his name? No eyebrows. I screamed about how I hated his face for a while. Very long time ago. Matt Smith. For anyone who doesn't know who that is, I feel like I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. I feel like I am a woman or gay man trying to tell you why Matt Smith is hot. That's how I feel right now. Because when I look at Matt Smith, it's bizarre. He is a really good looking guy, but he's ugly. And I don't know how to explain that Matt Smith is actually good looking when he's ugly. I don't know how to explain it because he is good looking, but he's ugly. And that's what Cyberpunk is. It's a masterpiece, but it's ugly. Cyberpunk is Matt Smith. That's it. Cyberpunk is Matt Smith. That's what it is. And that's it. And I can't put it any other way. That's Cyberpunk right there. I can't. I'm out of words. I'm out of words. I will concede that Cyberpunk 2077 is the Matt Smith of video games. Thank you. I'm glad we all agree. I had a blue watch as the original Dead Space moment when I went back to Black Flag. Really? Did not look good. GOG also produced Cyberpunk. Yes. You forgot Cyberpunk 2077's terrible story, trying and failing to make edgelord Keanu Reeves work. I like the story so far. I'm gonna start it again, but I was liking the story. I was enjoying Keanu Reeves, and I actually thought it made the game better. Having Keanu Reeves there was cool. I completed 2077 or Cyberpunk on the PS4. Did enjoy my time with it, but the lack of polish on the game is appalling. Yes, I can't believe you completed it on the PS4. I don't know how you did that. It looked awful on launch. I think it purely is a system thing. My old machine had 0 bugs. The new machine, I've seen a couple of naked NPCs floating around the streets. Oh my god, I have driven by NPCs just sitting in the sky on the road multiple times, just sitting in the sky as if they're driving a car, but they're just floating there in the sky. I wonder if it's maybe because I've got an an AMD chip. That's a good question. Bit, was your old PC an Intel system and your new one an AMD system? When I say system, I mean CPU. The worst reveal about Cyberpunk was they cancelled the plans to make it multiplayer. That would have made it so much better for playability. Dude, where is The Last of Us 2 multiplayer? That was supposed to come out and they've silently cancelled it and no one's talking about it. It's driving me fucking crazy. They're gonna release a full multiplayer game now with no one addressing the fact that we were supposed to get a multiplayer with The Last of Us 2. And then they re-released The Last of Us 1 as The Last of Us 1 Remake and removed the multiplayer. What the frau? I still can't believe they did that. Not that I would pay for PlayStation Plus in order to access the online. Anyway, but what the? It's your list. It's my list. Multiplayer would have made the shit. I like Cyberpunk. Pretty much all your top picks are bottom tier in my opinion. That's because you don't have the best opinion, which is my opinion. And that's true. Does anyone here disagree audibly that I can hear? No? No, I didn't think so. Yes, quite. My opinion is ultimate opinion. Thank you. It had so much potential. The problem is the bugs made it mechanically bad. I agree. I need to move to first place to watch the chat explode. I can't. Cyberpunk is a bad relationship. It beats you up with its bugs and imbalances and pulls you in with whispers of story and gameplay. It really does. It just slaps me in the face and then brings me home a korma, you know? And then it trips me up in the hallway and then does the dishes. Both machines, same CPU. Interesting. I'm fine with Keanu Reeves, but he's horrible casting for that role. I like that role. So Death Stranding's the best game that currently exists. I'm gonna say something that kind of contradicts things a little bit. Okay. And this is where we're gonna end it. Death Stranding is the best game for a first playthrough if you've never seen gameplay and hopefully haven't seen a trailer. Okay? It is The beginning of the game and this is a little bit, this is the tiniest bit of a spoiler. The beginning of the game, you're in a starting area, and then you move over to the main map, okay? Bit of a spoiler, my apologies, but I have to tell you this because you won't make it there. The beginning of the game is terrible. That little area is boring, it's slow, it's monotonous, it makes you want to eat sawdust just in order to put yourself in hospital to get away from your PC, okay? It's awful. But the main map is incredible. I've never played a game that's more satisfying in terms of progression when it comes to your ability to do things in the game. The combat is mid. It's mid. But it does get a little bit better. It is confusing. The story is absolutely insane. What's his name? I'm forgetting his name. What's the guy from Hannibal called again? My brain is going Hans, but it's not Hans. The guy from Hannibal, he's also a character in this game as well. Help me, someone. Someone, say the name quick. Quick! He was also in Doctor Strange. Mads Mikkelsen, thank you. Mads Mikkelsen, one of the best performances. I love him. I love his face. Daryl from The Walking Dead, the main character, is incredible. 10 out of 10. It really is, on your first playthrough, on your first time ever experiencing it, not having watched a YouTube video, a stream or anything, the best game that you can play. I've got the director's cut and I want to play it through again, and I'm genuinely worried about playing it through again. I think I'm going to find it shit because I've seen everything and done everything. I'm just going to get a few extra weapons and some new combat. And it's what's stopping me from playing it because I don't want to taint my memories of it. In terms of Guardians of the Galaxy, I think you could play that through 2 or 3 times and love it every single time. Again, play it through an easy mode. The combat is terrible. You want the enemies to be 2 to 3 shots and they're dead. You want that. Believe me, the enemies are bullet sponges, are not fun to hit, not fun to take down. The combat is so bollocks, it's unbelievable. But story, environments, art, everything about it is so incredible that it is every single new scene that I was in had my jaw like hitting the floor. Incredible. Cyberpunk, you've never experienced an RPG like Cyberpunk. Mass Effect, you've never experienced an overarching story as well as such an expansive universe and great RPG combat. Days Gone, you've never experienced zombies like this before. XCOM 2, you've never experienced tactical combat unless you played XCOM 1 like this. Red Dead Redemption 2, you've never been a cowboy like this before with, by the way, a world that's so realistic it blows your mind. I don't have The Witcher here. The Witcher should be here, and I haven't seen it in this list, and I kinda can't believe it. I didn't even realize The Witcher wasn't here. What the huh? Huh? Where's The Witcher? What are we doing here, huh? How are we not gonna have The Witcher here? Why wasn't that, like, right here? That should have been right here. All the best games should have been at the top. This was a terribly organized list. The Witcher I'd probably put, Witcher 3 I'd probably put behind Cyberpunk. Behind Cyberpunk ahead of Mass Effect. That's where I would put it. So it would be my number 4. And it's very close. But yeah, just those games are all, and The Wolf Among Us, just purely for story being incredible. And a world that I could never imagined. I have to try all 3 top games. I highly recommend them all. Oh shit. Shared games are available, which means I could play Cyberpunk for a minute just to show you. I've experienced all the things in older games than these Johnny-come-latelys. Yeah, but these are Johnny-come-latelys with good graphics and nice jackets, you know? Honestly, for RPG storyline, you should play Pathfinder. I have been told I should play Pathfinder. I'm very worried about how slow it's going to be. I think I'm going to find it boring. I can't actually argue with Guardians of the Galaxy. I couldn't finish it because the characters wouldn't stop talking. Really? I was so invested in the characters and the story by the end of it. Like, I wanted more talking, and I have never said that about a game ever. I have never said I want more talking, ever. I loved it. Better stories than both the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, easily. Wait, could you not finish Mass Effect as well? Wow. Excited for Among Us 2 then? I'm gonna stream it. I don't normally stream shit like that, but I will be streaming it. I will be streaming it. Right, that's my top 10 list. That's it, done. That's it. Locked in. Death Stranding number 1. Guardians of the Galaxy number 2. Cyberpunk 2077 number 3. I'll fight you. Witcher 3, 1, 2, and 3 series in 4th place. There's no symbol for it for some reason. Mass Effect trilogy in 5th place. Days Gone in 6th. XCOM 2 in 7th. Red Dead Redemption 2 in 8th, Fallout 4 in 9th, Prey in 10th, and Wolf Among Us in 11th. And then we've got a whole bunch of other ones like Grand Theft Auto, Dishonored, blah, blah, blah. The ones I do want to read out are the indie ones, which I couldn't really justify putting in masterpieces, but the indie games that were my favorite: FTL, Papers, Please, Stardew Valley, Limbo, Hotline Miami, Stanley Parable, Enter the Gungeon, Factorial, Subnautica, Binding of Isaac, Slay the Spire, Journey, Beat Saber, Void Bastards, Risk of Rain, Superhot. Wow, every single one of these ones in Amazing was an indie game. That says a lot, doesn't it? Every single one, barring, Dishonored, Grand Theft Auto, Heavy Rain, and Detroit Become Human. Every single one like a small indie game. Don't know if that says more about me or more about the games. Anyway, that's the list. Thank you. Glad you liked it. Remember, if you're watching in the future, like the video!